Ron DeSantis looks good this week. This is very important. And again, I always highlight my biases. Guys, I like Ron DeSantis as a person. Okay. I like him as a person. I like him as a politician. Not a Donald Trump guy. If that makes you want to turn this off right now, that's fine. But I'm trying to be fair to the situation. Ron DeSantis is sitting at second place. This is just an update on the 2024 election. He's sitting at second place with a 14.5% polling. That is according to 5038, 538, excuse me, which kind of take all the polling and averages them out. So that is an average. And so they have him at second place, 14.5%. Ramaswamy is behind him at 8.9%. So he's got a pretty commanding second place. And then, of course, the person who has the really commanding first place is Donald Trump at about 51%. Okay, so much higher than Ron DeSantis. Just an update on that. As always, this video is sponsored by Gulag America. Guys, as we approach, it is September. It's officially September. It kind of blew my mind. August went by so quick. September is really when fall begins to start. Gulag America is a partner of mine. If you use my code right now, JoshCar10, you will get 10% off of Gulag America apparel. This is gulagamerica.com. They have great hoodies for sweater weather. They have slogans that are patriotic. They're not woke. They're awesome. And I'm going to be getting some hoodies as well as hopefully a custom made Josh Carr Show hoodie that you're definitely going to want to check out. Again, that's JoshCar10 for 10% off. Get it for your friends and family if they love pumpkin spice latte weather just as much as I do. Basically, what happened this week was a hurricane this last week went through Florida. Did significant damage. It was a Category 3 hurricane, but not as much damage as the hurricane last year. Let me just point this out as well. Last year, Ron DeSantis handled the hurricane excellently. This year, the Wall Street Journal came out with an article called Hurricane DeSantis. And essentially what the article talked about, basically the thesis of it was DeSantis' marketing or personality may not matter if his executive prowess is so good. Essentially, DeSantis is a powerhouse executive. He handled this hurricane super well. Whenever a hurricane hits, DeSantis' approval rating skyrockets because he gets infrastructure up literally like 10 times faster than Democrat governors before him. He gets bridges up. He's got people ready to go. He's got linemen who are fixing power lines. And he's a really good executive. He knows what he's doing. And that's just kind of the operations side of like hurricane, things like that. But as well as a policymaker, he's very good at it. And so what the Wall Street Journal was saying is if his executive talents are so good, his personality or his marketing or campaign team may be able to be carried by that executive if they're able to just communicate and show his resume to the American people. Now, I think this is true. Basically, DeSantis, in my opinion, is the best Republican executive in the world at this point. I mean, he took a purple state, he's turned it red. He knows how to get very conservative things done in an area where it's more mixed. Rather than kind of towing the line like a lot of Republican governors, and even some Democrat governors do to win re-elections, they just go hard on conservative policies, show people that they're awesome, and then they get much more votes. That's what happened to him in 2022 as opposed to 2018 when he won barely. He has a 54% approval rating in Florida. This event, this hurricane, the way he handled it is a huge win for DeSantis because all over the internet, what you're seeing right now is DeSantis helping Floridians on the ground, making things happen. He's very good at this in his Twitter. This is like his good marketing thing. Like he's everywhere. He's in all these cities. He's meeting with people. He's handing out food. You see him and you're like his culture and his personality of charity is there. People know it. They like it. They know he's a veteran. It's really good. What he's worse at is actually being in front of the media and connecting with voters online, which is where most people are. And so it's hard to access enough voters in person. I believe wholeheartedly that the in-person, and this goes for most candidates, but especially for DeSantis, if you're in person with DeSantis and you have an interaction with him, you're going to vote for him. It just is the way it is. I think that's in large part the reason why he gained so many votes in 2022. He was a really active governor. He met a lot of his state and they were like, well, we like this guy. We're going to vote for him, especially the people in Miami, a lot of the Cubans. The problem with that is he's only in Florida for the most part. He does campaigning around, but he's mostly in Florida because he's still a governor. And I commend him, by the way, for being a governor despite being in a presidential race. But Governor DeSantis needs to connect with people online better. I mean, if he can do that, there's a really good shot that when the other people drop out, he'll take all their votes and be neck and neck with Trump. Trump has 51% of the vote. 49-51, that's pretty dang close. You get a couple good debate highlights, you might actually have a shot. He needs to find a way to communicate his executive resume to America, because right now they like Trump and Ramaswamy, who just talk about great ideas. That's what Trump and Ramaswamy do. They talk about really good ideas. They talk about things that they want to do. But here's the clincher, and this is something that other people have pointed out. Ron DeSantis has all of that. He talks about them, but his marketing's not as good. But his resume shows that not only does he know what's awesome and what conservative voters want, but he actually knows how to do it in a very practical sense. And he can do it in a divided place, which was Florida, just like America is today. So for that very reason, I think Ron DeSantis can be really strong if he can get his marketing together, if he can use this hurricane, ironically, to kind of propel him forward in this campaign. He may pick up some percentage points as other people drop out. Another update on election 2024, the Miami mayor Suarez did drop out of the race. And he basically had 0% of the vote, so it's not like his voters are going to really go anywhere. If they're going to go somewhere, no question they're going with Ron DeSantis because they were probably living in Miami, so they like him already. So no question. I mean, you might see a couple 0.2% jump for Ron DeSantis, but that's just an update on the election. We will see what happens with Ron DeSantis as we get closer. We're going to see more and more people drop out, and we'll see if that vote goes towards Donald Trump or Ron or maybe even Vivek Ramaswamy.